What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here, and in this one we talk about how Dominic Zvada has been preparing himself as he went 3 for 3 in the season opener against Fresno State for field goals. Plus, Sherrone Moore says quarterback Alex Orji's role will grow and grow every game. Steve Sarkisian also explains why it's so tough preparing for Alex Orji. Davis Warren also says that they left some meat on the bone, stating he thinks a ton can improve. I also talk about whether or not Michigan held a lot back on offense. Plus, we got some recruiting news, some big time visitors this weekend for the Texas game, including the 4-star top 100 linebacker Nathaniel Lusu Boateng. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so to start out this video, I wanted to talk about Michigan kicker Dominic Zvada, as obviously he had an outstanding first game here at Michigan. Went 3 for 3 with field goals of 45 yards, 53 yards, and 55 yards away. And he appeared on the Inside Michigan Football radio show, and he actually explained how the new College Football 25 video game helped prepare him for the pressure situations. He said, visualization is a huge thing for me, and I actually play the EA Sports game a lot when I'm home. I will just kick in the big house, practicing kicks, watching it go through, and I said I'm kicking it every time. I literally just go in there and kick it. Now, he said that he got the idea after seeing an interview with a baseball player who used MLB The Show to visualize himself throwing strikes and striking people out, and he was like, hey, that's very interesting. And obviously after his 3 for 3 performance, he said, I mean, it worked. And I did talk about himself in the video game. He said, they gave me a lot of power. They didn't do me well on the accuracy though. I mean, he laughed about that, so very cool there. Thought that was pretty interesting. Dominic Zvada, I mean, it could go down as potentially one of the most important pickups for Michigan in the transfer portal, and they're going to need him this season, and maybe even need him more than ever against Texas this upcoming weekend. And then we did talk about Sherrone Moore, what he said about the Texas game upcoming in yesterday's video, and he did touch a little bit more on Alex Orji's role, as he also talked on Inside Michigan Football radio show, and he said that, I thought he played well in the role. I think he had 13 snaps, and I think he averaged about 6 yards per carry when he did run the ball, obviously through a touchdown pass. But he said he'll have an extensive package to what he does throughout games, and it'll grow and grow every game. So very interesting there. It appears Michigan is going to use Orji in their offense. There's no doubt about it. Kirk Campbell in the offseason said that they're going to put the ball in his hands no matter if he was the starter or not. Now, Steve Sarkisian talking about the challenge it will be to face Orji. He said, this guy is a problem because you have to treat him like a runner. He's got good size. He's got speed. He can change the math on you quickly when you start adding him to the quarterback's run, but yet the arm talent is there to where he can affect you, especially down the field. So there is always going to be that challenge for defenses. They're going to have to face Orji in the run game. But Sherrone Moore also talked about the relationship, between Alex Orji and Davis Warren. He said just to watch both of those guys on the sideline together was really cool. I mean, Alex throws the touchdown and Davis Warren is sprinting out of the box to celebrate with the guys. That just shows you the story of how the relationship is between those two guys. Now, Davis Warren also talked to the media, and he did say that I think a ton can improve. Definitely a few things here and there where we lacked some details and precision in the passing game, and that starts with me as the quarterback to do a better job of that. And I did admit, that they left some meat on the bone, but it was the same kind of way in fall camp. Just took a little time to get going, but once we started rolling and had confidence in each other, it was an explosive offense with explosive plays all over the place. And we talked about it already, that fourth quarter, the Michigan offense was finally starting to find their rhythm. And again, hopefully that carries over to the Texas game and they start to gain more and more confidence as the season goes on. Also brings up my next topic, which is, did Michigan hold back a lot on offense against Fresno State? And I think that could be true because, in that game against Fresno State, we saw screen passes, we saw obviously run plays, packages for Alex Orji. Michigan really did not show that much on offense for Texas to really get a good idea. All they really know right now is that Colston Loveland is going to be a problem, and they're going to have to key in on him. And I'm sure they're probably probably going to key in on the run game as well, trying to stop the run game and force Michigan to pass the ball and probably pressure this offensive line of Michigan because they did struggle against Fresno State. So let me know what you guys think about that. The offense, it was obviously not that great, not too explosive, but they also probably, weren't showing too much. But I think it does start with the offensive line. Again, the offensive line can get a push. The run game can get going. It's only going to open up the passing game for Davis Warren. Now, Steve Sarkisian did talk about Michigan, and he had a lot of respect for him. He said a ton of respect for this program, for this team. You don't go to 3 straight college football playoffs if you don't have a great program, and they've got a great program. Obviously, capping it off last year being national champs. They're 41-3 in their last 44 games. They've won 16 games in a row, and they've won 23 straight home games. So these guys know how to win. But he's said that, they're definitely looking forward to the opportunity, and this is why you come to Texas to play in games like this. So a lot of respect from both sides. Sherrone Moore talked about Texas. He's excited for the challenge, knows this team is excited for the challenge, and obviously Sherrone Moore being a former Oklahoma player, that's only probably going to, motivate him more to beat Texas this week. But speaking of the Texas game, I did want to talk about some recruiting news now and some visitors for the Texas game. It's going to be a lot of 2026 recruits, guys like 4-star defensive back Jordan Thomas, edge CJ Edwards, defensive lineman Jermaine Kinsler, in-state offensive lineman Gregory Patrick, who is a big offensive line target in the 2026 class for Michigan. Tight ends Lincoln Watkins, Braden Fogel, offensive lineman Will Conroy, 4-star linebacker Kenneth Goodwin, and also some 2027 recruits like the big one, top quarterback in the 2027 class Trey Taylor will be back on campus, wide receiver Dakota Garrett, and also edge Jackson Holly, who is the younger brother of Julius Holly, a Michigan commit right now, who Julius Holly will also be on his official visit, along with tight end commit Eli Owens. And also in the 2025 class, the top 100 4-star linebacker Nathaniel Boateng potentially could come in this weekend, although according to E.J. Holland of the Wolverines, he's trying to coordinate travel plans with his teammates and Michigan commits Donovan Johnson and Caden Strayhorn. But Boateng did tell them that they are recruiting me heavy. They've been telling me that we could continue the IMG brotherhood. That's really their main message to me. And obviously Michigan's defense having success is only going to impress players like Nathaniel Boateng, especially when Michigan has a nasty linebacker duo of Ernest Hausman and Jayshawn Barham. So tons of recruits coming in for visits against Texas. That's, a short list of names. I'm sure there's going to be, a lot more to come up that will probably take visits. One guy who did take a visit during the Fresno State game was the 2026 4-star linebacker from the state of Ohio, Cam Thomas, and he told Alan True of 24/7 Sports that I thought the experience at Michigan was great. Got to spend a lot of time with the staff before the game, and the recruiting staff at Michigan was awesome. The game itself was a crazy atmosphere, and the defense really played well. Capped the night off with 3 straight interceptions due to penalties. And he said that linebackers coach Brian Jean Mary was great, and the relationship with the staff is great. So Michigan impresses Cam Thomas, but the big recruiting weekend coming up against Texas should be an amazing atmosphere. Michigan has a chance to impress a lot of recruits there. But with that, that's going to wrap up today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you are new around here. I'd greatly appreciate it. Other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.